to prevent the prisoner from faking death. The warden burned the sole of his foot with a torch. He saw the prisoner had no reaction at all. Only then did he declare him officially dead. The guards covered the body with a shroud, planning to eat before carrying him out. But the entire process was watched by the prisoner in the next cell. After the guards left, the man immediately crawled out of the tunnel. Watching his best friend of 8 years leave like this, his emotions collapsed instantly. But the next second, a crazy idea suddenly came to him. He dragged his friend's body back to his own cell, positioned it to look like he was sleeping. Then he cut his own hair and placed it on the corpse to fake his identity. Next, he quickly crawled back into the tunnel, retrieved the treasure map his friend had hidden in the wall, then sewed himself into the body bag. The guards returned after eating, found everything normal, so they joined forces to carry the corpse away. To prevent accidents, they tied a lead ball to the body and finally threw it into the sea. The moment he hit the water, Edmund quickly pulled out a small knife, slashed open the body bag, slashed the rope that held the lead ball, and swam desperately toward the light above. At that moment, a guard entered the cell to deliver food. Seeing no response, he opened the door to check. Upon approaching to look, they found the body that should have been thrown into the sea on the bed. The warden rushed in, broke open the loose bricks, and found their secret tunnel. But it was too late. Edmund had already swum out of the sea area, regained his freedom. To avoid attracting attention, he sneaked into a farmer's house, changed out of the prison uniform that symbolized humiliation. He returned to his hometown, but learned that his father had long since passed away, buried in front of the church. The news hit him like a bolt of lightning. The joy of coming home vanished instantly. He walked in disbelief toward his father's grave, and saw his own grave beside it. The date of death was the same year he had been imprisoned. He then went to his fiance's home, but learned that she had married shortly after he was imprisoned, and her husband was exactly the enemy who had framed him. At this moment, his heart felt as if it were being cut by a knife. He walked dazedly down the street. He saw guards beating a runaway prisoner. He rushed forward and pushed them away, pouring out the humiliation and suffering of 14 years. The man he saved, Jacob, started following him everywhere. They boarded a ship to Monte Cristo to search for treasure. He lied and said he was going to catch goats, and left Jacob to guard the boat, then climbed the mountain alone, following the directions from the priest's treasure map. He needed to first find the rabbit rock at the bay area, then walk 20 steps west to reach the entrance to the treasure. But Edmund searched the entire mountain and still found no trace of it. Frustration and powerlessness welled up in his heart. He still wanted to try again. Jacob suddenly came looking for him. To avoid arousing suspicion, he had to leave with them. On the way, his gaze always turned toward the island. Suddenly he noticed two stone pillars at the top of the mountain, which were exactly the rabbit rocks on the treasure map. He suppressed the excitement in his heart, planning to come again next time. Back at Jacob's house, his family welcomed him warmly, but Edmund felt nothing but emptiness inside. Late at night, he took Jacob's boat without permission, once again followed the treasure map's directions to search for the treasure. Finally, he found it. Edmund fought back his excitement, moved the giant stone aside, and eagerly crawled inside. The legendary treasure that could rival a kingdom, real and dazzling before his eyes. He couldn't believe it. Scooped up a handful of gold coins, letting them slip through his fingers. The crisp sound of the metal was music to his ears, and a huge smile spread across his face. But then tears poured down his cheeks, because this massive treasure meant he finally had the power to take revenge on his enemies.